I've been homemaking for 18 years, but if I could go back and give my brand new young mom self some advice so I could be a successful homemaker right out of the gate, these are the things I'd make sure she knew. The most important thing I'd tell her is homemaking is a valid job with pay. I always felt like I was out there trying to do more than just be a homemaker or a stay-at-home mom. And if I had realized right away how important being a mom and a homemaker is at building the valuable space that is your home, and how much different of a life it is when you have someone at home making that a priority, then I would have valued my job as a homemaker right away. And I always had this idea that if it was important, the world would pay me, right? And I wish I would have known right away that the pay that you get is so much more valuable than money. You get paid in successful children. You get paid in happy children. You get paid in the most valuable memories of your life. And you get paid in strong bonds with your family. And you get a happy home, which at the end of the day is the most important thing to all of us. The second thing I'd tell her is you're doing a great job. If you're showing up for your children every day and doing the best you can, then you're already doing a great job. You're doing so much more than what so many parents are doing out there. And if you're valuing the way that you're treating your children and the way that you're taking care of your home, if you're showing up every day and being your full authentic self as a mother to your children, and you're really there and present and caring for them, you're doing so much more than so many people, and you're doing a great job. Number 3, start homemaking right away. Every space you live in is your home. Start homemaking right away. When my husband and I first got married, I had this idea that we were waiting to buy our forever home, and the places we were living in were just temporary. We lived in rental homes and we lived in apartments, and I did not start homemaking, the idea of homemaking, in my mind right away because I felt like I was waiting. I was waiting for that right home. At first, I only identified as a stay-at-home mom, and I didn't consider myself a homemaker. But the truth is that every single moment in your child's growing up time is what all of their memories are made of. And today, right now, is when they're going to look back and be like, that was my home. So you're homemaking immediately. As soon as your child can develop memories, part of your job is creating the space that they live in as their home. That is their home. They don't have any concept of, oh, this is temporary. Their memories aren't going to be like, well, that house didn't matter because it was only temporary. Their memories are going to look back at this moment in time and say, that was my home. Number 4 is prioritize and strengthen sibling bonds. The relationship that your kids have with each other are the only relationships that they're going to be able to carry with them throughout their entire lives, no matter where they move or whether their love life goes to shit or their friendships fall apart. Their siblings are going to be there no matter what, from beginning to end. Their siblings are going to have the memories of the childhood that you guys all spent together with them. They're going to be able to remember and talk about all the fun things that you guys ever did together. And I cannot stress enough how important really prioritizing building those bonds between each other is for children. And I feel like some parents honestly it doesn't even cross their minds to prioritize this. They think it just happens. But I will give you some advice. I'll tell you what we do, and that has always worked really great, is if they are arguing or having a hard time getting along, I will sit them down, I'll make them stop and tell each other 3 things that they love about their sibling. And then I'll make them give each other a hug afterwards. And once they stop and hear their siblings say good things about them, and then they say good things about their sibling, it reinforces and strengthens that bond. And on top of that, I explain to my kids often, so many times I have, as they've grown up, explained to them why that relationship between you and your sibling is one of the most important relationships that they'll ever have. And you're doing them a great service as a parent if you help them really build that relationship. Number 5 is some days you will be broke, and that will make you feel helpless. But that is part of the hard work that comes with this job. Nothing will make a homemaker feel more humbled than needing money and not being able to make money at the job that we do. It's so frustrating, and it is one of the hardest parts of our job as a homemaker, is completely depending on somebody else for the financial responsibility that comes with building our home. But if you believe in your partner and you trust them, then those broke moments are just a phase. Number 6 is, this is not a thankless job. There will be days where this feels like a thankless job, but it's not true. If you're doing a good job and you hold out for those thank yous, they'll come eventually. Maybe when your babies are having babies, but they will find you. I can't tell you how many times I have heard my husband on the phone talking to his mom and telling her thank you. He's a grown man, and the thank yous are just now coming for her. I mean, they've been coming for a little while. They've been coming probably since we started having children. But he wasn't saying thank you when he was a kid. He's saying thank you now. And that is when your thank yous are probably going to come too. You're going to have a lot of moments where you feel like, this is a thankless job. Nobody sees me. It's invisible work. But it's not true. The work is not invisible. You are creating a life for your family. And even if your family doesn't recognize in that moment that that's what you're doing, the time will come where they do recognize what you have done all along, and they will say thank you. Number 7, parenting with a partner means less control, but better balance. If someone would have told me when I first became a mom how hard it was going to be to raise 3 children with a partner, I would have been a lot more prepared, I'll tell you that. I don't know how many of us out there have controlling personalities, but I think it's pretty common, and especially when it comes to something that you really, really care about, like your children. I want to be able to control every single parenting decision that comes when it comes to taking care of my children, but if you have a partnership with a spouse that you want to last for your entire life, then you have to know and you have to understand that you're not going to agree on every single parenting choice. And there are some really big parenting choices that are going to come along the way. And you have to learn how to meet in the middle, and you have to say, like, yes, this is something that I feel strongly about, but yes, this is also something that they feel strongly about, and they see it differently than me. So you have to pick your battles, and you have to know that you're going to have to sacrifice sometimes on what you feel is the right parenting decision. And I'll tell you, in my situation, more often than not, I see that my partner's choice was a great choice, just like my choice would have been. And as long as you love that person and trust that person, you have to know that you're gonna have different choices, and sometimes you gotta go with their choice, but it's gonna be okay, because in the end, it creates better balance for your children. Number 8, this is not the hard part. This is the best part. This is the most beautiful part, the sweetest time of your life. If you have small kids or young kids, the hard part is when, in the blip of an eye, all you have are memories of their childhood and no more child, because they're grown up. The hard part is when they move out and the person you've spent every waking moment making the center of your whole world begins to build a life, not without you, but quite separate from you still. That will be the hard part. Number 9, value what you do. Value what you do, or you will inadvertently teach your children to undervalue homemaking. A home does not take care of itself. Children do not take care of themselves. The work you do is very important. And if you don't do it, it won't get done. And you need to know that what you're doing is very, very valuable. And I have a whole other video on this, and if you want to go watch it, go watch it. But the most important thing is make sure that you value yourself. Otherwise, your children will not value what it is that you do, and their home may struggle because of it, and they may not value the homemaker in their own homes when they become adults. That person will be undervalued. But what we want for them is a happy home. That is something that is extremely important. So value what you do. Number 10, don't sacrifice your friendships because you're too busy. I can't tell you how many times a friend called me up and asked if I just wanted to go do something random, and I said I can't because I have a child activity, I have this to do, I have that to do, and I'm just so incredibly busy and incredibly tired all the time, and the time slips away from you in that regard, especially when it comes to friendships. You make time here and there, but this is a story that is very common among women particularly. They will let time slip away from them with friendships while they're busy homemaking and growing their family and taking care of their kids, because the thing about kids is you gotta watch them like 24/7. You gotta keep your eyes on them, and you start to feel like you can't let anybody else do it. If that's what you're doing all the time, you feel like nobody else can do it right, and you end up sacrificing friendships that you never intended to sacrifice, but it happens. And you start making friends with moms that have kids the same age, and I have been on both sides of this equation where I made friends with people that had kids that were the same age as my kids, and then those were the friends I ended up spending time with, and it was never on purpose. But then I some of those other friendships fell by the wayside. And when I look back on it, it makes me really sad that that happened. And it was not on purpose, but it's hard to hang out with people that don't have kids the same age as your kids. And I wish that I could go back and tell myself never to let that be the reason why you don't hang out with your friends. And I have been on the other side of that situation too, where I stopped having kids and my friends kept having kids, and then the friends that kept having kids only hung out with the other friends that kept having kids. And it's a very lonely place to be when you don't have a kid that's the same age as all the other people that are having kids. And thinking that I did that to some of my other friends breaks my heart. And so if I could go back and tell my young mom self something, it would be very important to not sacrifice friendships because you're too busy. You're going to be busy. You're going to be busy for the rest of your life. You're going to be busy after having kids in a way that you've never been busy before having kids, and that is not going to stop.
Hi, cutie.